petrous part of the temporal bone. It is pyramidal in shape, having a base. This is the base. This is the apex. It has three surfaces. This one, it is the anterior surface. This one, it is the posterior surface, and this one, it is the inferior surface. So three surfaces. Now about the borders. This one, it is the anterior border. This one, it is the superior border, and this one is the posterior border. Now, what things are within this pyramidal shaped petrous part? Number one, the labyrinth of the internal ear. Next, the tympanic cavity. Next, the mastoid antrum. Next, the bony auditory tube. Now, two things. One is the internal carotid artery and the facial nerve. They traversed through this petrous part of the temporal bone. Now about the base. Base, it is attached with, or you may say merged with, inner aspect of the squamous part and the mastoid part of the temporal bone. Now about the apex. This one. This is the apex. Look here. This one is the apex. This one. It projects forward, medially, and a bit upwards. It forms this is the foramen lacerum. So it forms the posterolateral boundary of the foramen lacerum. It bears the anterior opening of the internal carotid artery. This one. Now, the apex is articulated with the petrous process of the base of the dorsum celli. This is the dorsum celli of the sphenoid bone. This is the petrous process. Now it at petrous process articulated with this apex, and a ligament is attached at this part known as petrosphenoidal ligament. Petrosphenoidal ligament, and abducent nerve passes in between the bone and the ligament. Now about the surfaces one by one. The anterior surface at first. It forms this is the middle cranial fossa. It forms the floor of the middle cranial fossa. Now what are the features we can see here? Number one is the trigeminal impression. This one is the trigeminal impression, and it lodges the trigeminal ganglion in a pouch of dura mater, and that pouch of dura mater is known as cavum trigeminale. Now if we look further behind, we can see a shallow depressed area which forms the floor of the internal acoustic meatus. If we look further behind, this is an elevated area. And this is known as arcuate eminence, and this elevation is due to the bulging of the underneath superior semicircular canal. The rest part of the bone of the anterior surface is known as tegmen tympani, and it forms the floor of the number one, the mastoid antrum, next the tympanic cavity, and the bony auditory tube. Now, two grooves and hiatus, you may not see it in this parts here. So there are two hiatus with groove are noted at this region, one lateral and other medial. The lateral is for the lesser petrosal nerve and the medial is for the greater petrosal nerve. That's all for the anterior surface. Stop.